My friends, today we're playing Castlevania 2, Belmont's Revenge. This was originally on Nintendo Game Boy. And the main message for today is the power of focus and setting priorities where they actually matter. On yesterday's on the Twitch stream I did right before this, and thinking about why you stream. So if you're new, I'm Jerry Banfield. I'm sober for 8 years. I was born in 1984. I love helping and inspiring people. I love playing video games. And my top priority is the love and the inspiration and the teaching. The video games are just more of an interesting background. Like if I just put it like this versus I put it like this, you know, the background is much more interesting. And today I've been reminded of the importance of setting up your priorities. What's up, Smoke a Bowl? Nice to see you today. And my nice to see you again. We had a great chat earlier. Didn't we, or was that Smoke Buds Heavy? There's Smoke Buds Heavy and Smoke a Bowl in here on Twitch. So I got a good reminder today. I do my live stream for the teaching, the inspiration, the conversations. That's why I do my live stream. I don't do my live stream for the video games. I do the video games because that makes the teaching and the inspiration better than if I did them without the video games. I mean, I've tested it. The video games make an interesting background, whereas just doing it without it doesn't. Hey, what's up, Jason? Nice to see you today. So, I'm playing Castlevania. Here, and I'm enjoying the games, and I'm actually doing it with the Castlevania Anniversary Collection on PlayStation 5. And I'm remembering that the games are background, the games are secondary. So I find a lot of us are challenged is to set our priorities. Like, we say our family's important, but are we actually spending time with our families? Are we actually interacting with our families? Are we really enjoying the time we do have with our families? You know, are my actions indicating that what I say is a priority is truly the priority? Lisa, nice to see you again. Sassy Sably, what's up? Good to see you today. I've been thinking, so what's my priority in terms of being a content creator? Well, my priority in terms of being a content creator is Twitch. Twitch is my priority. And I was just thinking, I was at the pool with my kids doing swim lessons. I'm thinking, alright, so where do I put my time? Like, well, if Twitch is my priority, and if the best experience I have to offer my community is live streams, then it makes sense that I should make it a priority to devote all the time I can to being live. Because if I'm devoting time into making all these TikToks and stuff, if I'm devoting time into that, that's time I don't have to devote to being live. And I noticed being live is where I'm getting, I know people don't switch platforms that often. So why am I trying, you know, the advice you get is, yeah, grind out on TikTok, crank it out, people join, the algorithms can really get you out there. Well, if you don't have anybody following, that makes sense, but, you know, we have an average of 11 viewers or so here on the stream. And really, the path to growth I see is to do a great job for those 11 viewers every day. You know, why do I need to go chasing other viewers on other platforms? Yeah, Michael says, guess who's back? Back again. Jerry's back. Tell some men. I might need to take it down a notch, too. I overdid a little bit on my last one, y'all. I overdid just slightly. I cranked the energy up just a little too high. That was real intense on that last stream. So we're gonna take it down a notch. I don't need to shout at you. My volume's coming through loud and clear. I'm grateful for some time to reflect and think, okay, what is truly important to me? Well, what's truly important to me is interacting and connecting with my viewers. Well, then I need all my time Except it takes just the tiniest amount of time to upload a clip to YouTube. So I can just take my live streams, upload a clip to YouTube. That's easy and quick to do. You know, it takes almost no time to do that. So I can do that. And then all the rest of my time I need to be live. I don't need to be filming stupid little shorts and TikToks. I need to be live on Twitch. And I invite you to consider in your life, what's your very top priority? Like, what really matters? You know, and what doesn't matter so much. And I say let everything that doesn't matter slide. If it doesn't matter, let it slide. It's not a big deal if it doesn't matter that much. What's up, Loki? Nice to see you. Was that you? Oh, ow. Was that you who just posted in Discord, Loki? If so, good to see you. Thanks for showing up today. What's up, Steve? Nice to see you. Lisa, I'm glad you like the chat here. Yeah, we are growing, and I want to be there for you as much as possible. And ultimately, I need to be online. It seems one of the best ways I can grow on Twitch is just be online. And for better or worse, that means I need to mostly ignore the game. And hey, what's up, Chris? We just got another new follower, and that means I need to stop posting on Facebook. I've made enough of an effort to get people over off of Facebook. If people want to come watch here... Oh, you can slide down this fast. Okay. If people want to come watch here, they know where I'm at by now. Jason says, I love getting me some Jerry time. Yeah, and I love when you're on Twitch, you know I'm live all the time. You know it's a live experience. It's not a pre-recorded video. So I really appreciate the love and support. I just had fun. Whoa. I just had fun going and watching my kids do their swim lessons. I was just thinking, what matters? Like, where I put my time matters. You know what? Where's the best place to put my time? And I don't see that I'm getting any higher of a return anywhere than putting my time in on Twitch. And then I can take 5 minutes to upload the Twitch stream to YouTube, and that's worth it. Because y'all on YouTube are watching, on average, like 3 to 6 minutes per view on YouTube. So that's worth my time. And our time is important. Hey, Loki, it's okay. Whatever happened before. Hey, Smoke Buzz Heavy says you'll miss the Discord noties. I can do those. If you really care about Discord notifications, I can do those. The Twitch notifications work so well, you don't really need Discord ones. But if there's a few of you that really want and appreciate Discord notifications, I can keep doing those. I'm not going to keep putting stuff up on Facebook all the time. Alright, yeah, you're going to do Twitch? Yeah, the Twitch notifications on the phone are the best. Because, like, earlier today I was screwing around trying to do the notifications on the other platforms, and I messed up my stream title on Twitch. It's like, one of the small... Twitch does not have a lot of details, but one of the details you should get right on your Twitch stream is the title and the game you're playing. Hey, J2 Daro, nice to see you. Appreciate you watching here. I love getting here with some quality time with each of you. I love doing this, man. There's nothing... I love live streaming. I've done so many different forms of creating online. I love live streaming. And to me, the best form of creativity online I see is the live stream, because it's one of the only things where you can actually interact. When I'm live, you can interact. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're gonna go back down again. I love the interactions we can have here. Can you just appear in holographic form in my living room and dance in a tube top? Sassy Savvy? Maybe. Maybe. I'm glad you're interested in that. I'm gonna go to beach yoga in about an hour tonight. And I love where I live in Florida, that there's so many opportunities to do things like that. There's so much beauty around us in life. It can be easy to miss the beauty around us in life if we're consumed with the ugly. Now, it's not to say we should deny and ignore the ugly. Lisa says, Facebook followers know where you are and it's time to let it go. Exactly, it's time to let those people go on Facebook that don't want to switch over. You know, the Kyle Hoovers that absolutely will not watch anywhere from Facebook. It's time to let them go. It's time to let them go. You know, it's so obvious in some areas of life. Like I was talking to this girl at an AA meeting yesterday, and she's having a hard time letting go of her toxic, non-functional relationship. And it's like, well, do you want a great relationship in your life? Okay, well, if you want a great relationship in your life, you need to let go of that which is not working. And for me, that which is not working is posting on Facebook. That's doing nothing for me. It doesn't seem to be appreciated much by many people. So it's time to let go of that which is not working. Yeah, it is possible in the future. It is. Sassy Sabby, maybe you'll be able to have me in your living room in the future. Who knows what they're gonna come up in the future? Maybe they'll have like people, all kinds of holographs. You'll be able to have like virtual sex with anyone you want. Of course, that's what I would think of, but you know, to me, the future is something worth getting excited about. I think there's things in the future that, you know, today might be difficult to imagine. I mean, like, oh, whoops. You know, like the actual reality, like what's actually going on today. You know, I'm a full-time streamer. Just a few years ago, that was something that, you know, didn't even exist. You know, a few years ago, that was something that didn't even exist. Like being a streamer. You know, when I used to live at home, my dad was like, boy, if you could just make money playing those video games. And, you know, who would have imagined that 14 years from then, when my dad said that would be a fact. That, in fact, last year, thanks to all that you and the people alongside you gave, I made more money last year playing video games than I ever did working any real job. In fact, I made double playing video games 3 hours a week. I made more, 3 hours a day, excuse me. I made more than double in 1 year what I ever made working a real job. Now, who would have thought of that a few years ago? And so I invite you to consider, well, if that's what's already happened, what else is possible? Yeah, no Call of Duty today. No Call of Duty today. I usually will not be playing Call of Duty. There was a couple of the Season 5 update came out, and I noticed, man's life is subtle. As long as I was posting on Facebook, there was part of me that was motivated to play Call of Duty to try and get those old Facebook Call of Duty followers to come over. But thankfully, they weren't hitting that like button often enough to suit me. So it made it clear, like, okay, I need to stop that. Cracked. I'm making sure to just say cracked, not TTV. Shipman, it's wonderful to see you. I'm doing fantastic. I'm full of gratitude. I'm loving my life. I'm living my life. I'm examining my behavior and my priorities. My priority in terms of my creation is Twitch. And especially on Twitch, there is no substitute for being live. I can't get rated on Twitch if I'm not live. And one of the best ways we've been growing this community lately has been through getting rated while live. A significant portion of all the new followers we've gotten recently have been live raids. So we're gonna make sure to get as clear. I just need to get as much live time as possible. We need to get as much live time as possible on Twitch. And then, other than that, just post clips on YouTube. Ah! He popped his octopus head up. Was that Godzilla? It might have been. Oh, that's death, though, is what that is. How are you doing, Shipman? Appreciate you having a bits badge on there that shows you've sent some bits. Am I following? You seem like you're a streamer. Are you a streamer, Shipman? Get over there. Oh, he couldn't reach it. So I'm interested to see. I noticed we need to keep the talking going up in this business. We need to keep the talking consistent. Because there's a lot of you that don't even actually watch, you just listen. So if I'm too into the game, I'll make sure. I've learned a lot today about streaming on Twitch. Like, let's just make sure, you know, make sure we're really into the conversation and into the chat. Nothing's more important to be into the chat. I don't know if I'm going to be playing with anybody. I actually do not generally enjoy playing Call of Duty with other people. I really enjoy solos sometimes. Most of the time I find playing Call of Duty with other people is... There's a lot of things I'd rather do than do that. So, if you want to play with me, that you can... I don't know what you need to do to make that happen, but... Whatever... Who did I play with? I played with... Start Tomcat the other day. He didn't even ask to play with me or anything either. I just had such a great experience on his stream, I wanted to play with him. Like, that's a good example of manifesting. Like, he didn't even need to ask. You know, if you'd asked him beforehand, he'd have probably been like, oh, I'd love to play with Jerry. But I just had a great time on his stream, and I invited him to play. Is this the object of this game, to flog as many bats as possible? Possibly. Man, this is so easy when you get this whip right here. Shipman, your names are different on every platform. What's your Facebook name to help me remember? And if you were watching on YouTube, what's your YouTube name? I hope Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is fun, because I'm planning on buying it. I'm gonna rent a lot of other games. A lot of other games I'm just gonna rent. What's nice is I don't actually need to make hardly any money off of streaming on Twitch if I just spend the money you all give me reasonably. I've been resisting the temptation the last couple of days to try and, you know, do silly things like boost... Like boost my views on Twitch by trying to, like, give... You know, a bunch of gift subs to streamers I haven't even watched who just have a lot of people following. I am glad I've resisted that temptation. Because I've noticed that's how I've made my own money situation difficult in the past. By doing that. I've noticed a clear pattern in life. We often make our own money situation difficult. That if we actually spend our money well, if we actually spend the money we have well, and focus on helping people and doing work we love, often the money we have will take care of us. It's pissing our money away on stupid things. And irrational expenses, like... You know, there's enough of y'all. I don't know how many people are watching, because I turned the view counter off, because I don't want to get caught up in that. I need to essentially act like no one's watching, just talk to myself to some degree, like I'm recording a video. And then respond to whatever you got to say. Like, it shouldn't matter how many people are watching. I should be doing a good job on my stream. Yeah, I really like, and I've been learning a lot in the last year to spend my money, you know, to be smart with spending my money. to be smart spending my money, and that if I use my money consciously, you know, I really don't have to do that much. Okay, not yet compliant. All right, thank you. Ooh. Ooh, we got some hits right there. We've been making hitcha after hitcha. Yeah, thank you for reminding us. So, Laura saved me from sending these girls with these hot tubs any gift subs. I haven't sent any yet. Kind of proud of myself a little bit. You know, I didn't send Swag or whatever his name was any money either. You don't need my money. But I did drop a 20 to the dude that was homeless today on the corner. It's funny how in life often we give in the exact opposite way that's really supportive. Hey, what's up? Cobra Tango, thanks for the follow. How'd you get here? I love knowing how you found the stream and how you got here today. Loki says, how do we avoid the cloud? I don't know. We need to figure that out. We need to figure that out. So, I did drop a 20 on the homeless guy today. He was surprised, too. Actually, the car behind me ran a red light because, you know, I stopped on a green light on a left turn to give this homeless guy 20 bucks. I don't know if he was homeless, but he's out there with a sign on the corner. The car behind me ran the red light because I took an extra minute getting this dude to 20 bucks. It was beautiful to see his face, too. His face lit up. He's like, oh, God bless you. Like, you know, I gave him a bill and he saw 20 and I'm glad he's happy with that. But man, isn't somebody else out here dropping this dude 20s too? I know there's all kinds of people with all kinds of money driving by this guy. People that got, you know, big houses, lots of investments, nice cars. I hope somebody else is dropping this dude some money. I find it interesting how often we are lured into putting our money and giving it to people who don't really need it at all. You know, streamers that already have massive followings. They don't need your subscription or your bits or your tips. You know, Stone Mountain did not need that 100 I sent him. It did work to make me some ad revenue. It did work for me. I actually made money giving Stone Mountain 100 bucks. Whereas I gave a bunch of small streamers $100 tips, and that did not pay for itself. But often we give exactly to people who don't need it, and then we withhold from people who really do need it. Isn't that weird? Like, why do we collectively do that? Oh, let's go! X shots up in this business! Oh, yeah! Thank you very much for subscribing, and why is my girl not reading what you said? Thank you very much for subscribing to Tier 1, and I'll go ahead and read what you said. Hey, if your heart's larger than greed, thank you, X-Shots, for subscribing. We're up to 37 subscribers in the first week on Twitch. Extreme gratitude. Much love. I'm glad I showed up today. Because see, if I was making videos right now, I couldn't be getting any new subscribers right now. Ooh, we gotta throw these axes, too. Thank you very much, X-Shots. Welcome to the subscriber family. We'll get some emotes up there you can use. We'll get some customs. And you don't have to see any more ads. It might take a day or so to take effect. But any of you that subscribe, you don't have to watch any more ads on the channel. And I love that because I personally can't stand ads. So I'm happy when you don't end up needing to see any. Try closing and reopening your app or refreshing your page if you're still seeing ads. And you know what? What really helps with money is to remember we're all in this together. I've given a lot of money away to people who really needed it, like homeless people. I mean, I've given tens of thousands to homeless people, to small streamers. And you know, I feel great doing it. You know, I feel great giving money to people who really need it. Unfortunately, it's kind of an irrational thing, though. It's kind of an irrational thing where we don't give exactly to those who need it. Because we say, oh, they don't deserve it. They should get a job. And that often is an attitude reflecting upon that we don't like our own job. Hey, what's up? Who is that? King WG23. Thanks for the follow. Would love to get to know you better. Loki says, it's hard to know who needs the money because some just want to feed their addiction. Happened to me a while ago. Hey, what's up, King WG23? Where'd you come from? How'd you get here today? Would love to get to know you better. I know, I used to not give money to people who are homeless because of that. I'm like, man, this dude's just gonna go buy drugs or alcohol with it or something. Alright, thanks for coming over from Facebook. But here's the thing. If somebody's desperate enough to be on the corner with a sign, and I'm fortunate enough to have a home, to have a wife, to have kids that love me, to have my health, to have money in the bank, to have a Bitcoin. That's my whole savings and retirement plan, by the way. If I'm that fortunate, and somebody's that desperate, I mean, doesn't it make sense for me to help? I mean, isn't that just the logical kind of thing to do? If I'm that fortunate and they're that desperate, isn't that the right thing for me to do? Like, when I'm passed on and I look at my life review and I consider my choices, isn't that the choice I would wish to make? I can't picture saying, man, I wish I hadn't given that dude 20 bucks today. But I remember how I was in the past. I was nasty in the past. I was mean. And get a job, you bum. That's how I used to be. And see, I do work today I love, and I want everybody to be able to do work they love. Ah! We dead again. Lisa says, you can't worry. Yes, yes. Lisa's right on top of it. Lisa's right on top of it. She said, we can't worry about what they do with the money. It's the spirit in which you give that matters. Exactly. And if somebody I give money to on the street wants to take it and buy drugs, I'm okay with that. Maybe if I give it to them in a spirit of love, it'll help change their heart. But you know what? Maybe I need to give a whole lot of times before their heart changes. But if they go buy... I mean, I'm only giving them 20 bucks. They're not going to be able to buy that many drugs. I mean, I guess they could buy a decent amount of liquor. They could buy like a half gallon of liquor with that, but... See, it's not even about them, though. It's about me. I feel good when I can give. I feel good when I can give, and that's what really matters. I feel good that I can give. It's not, for better or worse, not even really about them. I feel good when I can give to somebody. When I see some homeless person like today, I know this is an opportunity for me to feel good about myself and to feel generous. And the more generous you feel financially, the more money tends to come easily to you. Loki said you offered a guy food, but he got offended. That'll happen. If somebody is in their addiction, you offer food and they don't want it, that's okay. But if they got offended, you tried. You made an effort. Sometimes you don't have what people want, and that's okay. I offered lots of girls this D, and they were offended. They were offended. They didn't want this D. But you know what? I found one that did. I found one that really wanted it. And I locked it down. And I'm not screwing with all these TikTok, Instagram. If you see something funny I post, you can clip it and put it out there. I can't be bothered to do that. But I have a friend, I've given him thousands of dollars, and I ask him like, hey, what are you gonna get? And he usually says, I'm gonna go buy a Mountain Dew and a hot dog or something like that, you know? Jason says, I don't have a job I love. It pays the bills and puts food on the table. Hey, you know what is the... You know what's the beauty? If you realize, hey, I got a job I don't love, okay, that's good that you know that. What if you had a job one day you did love? I love what I do. And I first imagined what it'd be like to have a job that I really loved. And then the second key thing, I imagined what it'd be like to have a job I love. I saw other people having jobs they love, and I show up hoping you can get inspired. Like, you see me doing what I love for work. I'm not special, you can too. And here's the thing though, I refuse to do things I don't love for work. That was another level. Because if you're willing to do stuff you don't love just to get money, then that's taking up time and energy that you could have to do things you love. And I'm grateful y'all have given nice. Y'all have given, let me see what it says on here. On Twitch, $120 in revenue. Since August 20th, what is that? Oh no, that's not even that's since Monday. August 22nd, 3 days, y'all have dropped 100. Actually, you all have given much more than that. Big time player gaming, thanks for the follow. How'd you get here? What's up, SRM Gaming T? Good to see you again. Hey, see, that's great though. J2 Daro says, giving's a great feeling, not enough people enjoy. That's right, and if the more you give and show other people and talk about how you love giving, you'll help other people enjoy giving. What was I saying before? I was definitely saying something good. Oh, actually, you all have given over 200, and then Twitch is taking like half of it. But here's the thing. Whoa, where was I going with this? Oh. Still not sure. Lost by... Alright, I'm getting it. You know, getting $120 in a week doing something you love is fantastic. Oh, and if you're if you can just think of the feeling, just thinking of the feeling, like what was just said, Jason says, I'd be in heaven. I imagine you'd be in heaven doing work you love. Just thinking of the feeling will help you make it a reality. Thinking of the feeling is one of the most important parts with manifesting. Is you think about how would it feel? How would you feel doing work you loved every day? Doing work you loved so much that you would happily do it for free. I've proven I will do my stream for free. And I've actually quit. I quit doing my stream twice because I wasn't getting almost any money at all the first time. And the second time because I wasn't getting enough as I thought I deserved. And then I destroyed my finances trying to make money. And it dawned on me, wow, if I would have just played video games this whole time, not sweated money, and let my wife work as much as she wanted to, and helped out more with the kids, I could have played video games this whole time and came out financially farther ahead than I am at today. Isn't that amazing? And sometimes doing work you love might mean you might need to move into somewhere cheaper so you can do work you love. You might need to find somebody to date who will pay the bills for you, and then you do the dishes and the laundry, and you cook them dinner, and you make it so all they have to do is work. And when they're at work, you're doing your house person, houseman, housewoman stuff, and you're playing video games, and they come home and you're there and you hang out with them. That's what my dad did. My dad did not do like a real job. He did little hobbies and stuff, but my dad did not work a real job the entire time I knew him. My dad didn't work a real job the entire time I knew him. My mom was the only one who worked. And she had a nice career in the Army, and there are people out there who will completely support you financially. There's someone out there who can completely support you, and they will feel good doing it. My wife loves doing her work as an attorney. And for years, I put the expectation on myself that as a man, and as dumb as this might sound, that as a man, I should be making the money for my family. Even though playing video games as a career did not go well with that, especially starting off. Jason says, I've been homeless with 2 kids, I know the feeling, and that's why there was a a man and a woman, I think it was a family, and 2 kids out. It looked like they might have been from Africa. Like, they seemed pretty foreign. Like, they didn't seem like they were used to even being here. Like, the body language and stuff, it was... I changed lanes and pulled the car over to give them $20. And I mean, I look at it as a sign, you know, a person who has enough and is grateful for it. You know, anybody who shows up in my path in person that needs something, I'm gonna give whatever I can give. Now, online, I've had to set some boundaries because it's too easy for people I don't know. It's too easy for people, like, everywhere to just ask for money online. I've sent people money online, though. Jason said, I would love to stream, but don't have the balls to. Hey, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what you do have the balls to. Just, if you want to find your maximum courage, Good Guys Gaming, what's up? Nice to see you today. Appreciate you being in here. If you think you don't have balls, I want you to think about that one day, the way I see it, one day I will be very much alive and very much doing something, and I will have no memory at all of this life or this existence or this body or its story. I will very much be alive and in some other situation, another body, another place, another time, because I am immortal. I am part of the one infinite creator that we are all part of, that some of you would love to call God. And with that characteristic, I know that I am always around, I always will be, always have been. But someday, this entire life will be so far gone, I will have no memory of it. I won't realize that I even once had this life. The only evidence that will be around is when I feel something in whatever else I'm doing, the feeling will be similar. You know, when I feel the love of my wife, I feel the love of all the wives I've had before, all the husbands I've had before, whatever. You know, I feel the love of my parents have for me. So that's where you really dig in and get some courage. When you realize this body and this life and this story is going to pass away so completely that you will have no memory of it someday. You will be alive and you will be around. And then the key question is, what do you want to make of what you've got today? You really don't have anything to lose, because where you're at will be completely erased someday. It'll be so erased, it'll be as if it never existed. And if you want to see proof of that, just start rewinding into your past. You know, I realized at one point I was in elementary school before, but I don't remember hardly any of it. Just try watching a movie you haven't seen in 20 years or so. I'm watching Star Trek. I'm going through watching all the Star Treks with my wife, and it's amazing how little of them I remember. And I know some of these, I watched them a bunch. And it's like watching them for the first time again. And that's just within the container of this lifetime. So if you want to find your courage, consider your mortality. And you don't have time. You don't have time to lack courage. This is all you got. And this is going to be over with relatively quickly. You know, I've had lots of people say, man, I wish I was as brave as you. I'm like, you are as brave. Just think about your mortality as often as I do. I mean, I'm very aware of that this body's going to pass someday. And by God, I want to make the most of what I've got now. And I want to help all the other bodies like it. I want to help each of you to make the most of your time. Because I already know, you know, I can already see my own life review. I can see where someday I will look at all the actions I took in this lifetime from kind of like a God or a, not like a judging God, but just like, you know, the totality of this life. And I know what I want that to look like now. I want to look back at my life and go, wow, I really love that life. I'm glad I helped so many people. I'm glad I enjoyed each day ahead. I'm glad I did what I wanted to do in a way that helped other people. I'm glad I had courage. I'm glad I had faith. And I think about the, you know, the passing and death frequently. I don't even know if you actually experience your own death, though. You could just fall asleep one night and suddenly you're in another story, and another time you don't even remember this story or this time anymore. I've had dreams where I've died in the dream. Very vivid, like sitting in the gray void. Just knowing, like, like I had this dream. It was in a place kind of like Brazil. And I was out riding my bike with my little brother. Not the little brother I have in this life, but it was a little brother. And we're riding our bikes around, and all of a sudden we hear these air raid sirens coming on. And I look up and there's these white parachutes coming down that have been dropped from planes, and they're holding something like some kind of like box almost that's floating down to the ground. I think they were bombs. And I tell my brother in another language, it wasn't English, some other language. I'm like, we gotta get home, we gotta get home. And I'm riding my little butt off as fast as I can to get home. And all of a sudden, something puts the one-hitter quitter on me. I think it was what you'd think of as an alien. It was some kind of creature. And I think these parachutes were coming down to blow these creatures up. I don't think this was on Earth. But all of a sudden, I'm riding my bike. I feel this sensation of getting hit like a creature jumping on me, and I'm just instantly dead. Like, it killed me hard and fast. And I'm in the gray void right after that. You know, I'm in the gray blank nothing void. It's just kind of like this gray void, it's blank, and there's nothing. And it's very actually relaxing. Like, there's nothing to do. There's no responsibilities. There's no stories. It's all gone. Everything is gone. And I'm just sitting in this gray void. Sitting is not necessarily the right word. I'm not on a chair. More like I'm floating in this gray void. And I think I'm dead now. And I'm just there. I don't know how long this lasted, but then I wake up in my bed, and my first thought is, oh, thank God, it's this life again. Like, there was no guarantee I was coming back to that one, but it was such a funny thought. Like, I woke up as if I could have woke up anywhere. And I felt this massive relief. Like, man, like I just woke up in this really relaxing, peaceful life. Like taking a vacation. It's like, this one again. This very clear sense that, you know, it's just like I loaded up a game. Like, this game again. You know, very much like that. And, hey, what's up, Diphobia? Nice to see you today. SRM Gaming says, can I just say you are one awesome bloke. The help and advice you give is amazing. You're a legendary legend. Much love. I appreciate you consuming it here, because, you know, it takes two. I've made tons of just videos and stuff. The real magic happens when you're here. It comes out of me. But if nobody's observing, I don't know. It's not the same. So you being here makes this happen. Diphobia, appreciate you coming here again. How you doing, Tyler? What's new with you? Are you still sober? How's that going? I messed up my title before. I meant to say Twitch affiliate day 4, but I put Twitch affiliate day 4 and then put sober afterwards. Some of y'all are like, did you relapse? And I'm like, thank God, no. Oh my God. Yeah, this is a quick jump. My gosh, that grinder at the top ain't playing. So I'm being aware of our Mustang Gaming. Nice to see you. Thanks for the raid earlier. Being aware of my mortality gives me courage. And I love the dreams I have, man. The dreams, when you had a dream where you died and it was just as vivid as this life is today, I mean, it really puts things in perspective. What really helps to be courageous is to not have a fear of death. And to understand, you know, this existence is very temporary. This part is brutal. This existence is very temporary. For better and for worse. You know, it's not something you're going to be doing forever. Each day is sacred, and you want to make the most of it. Making the most of my gameplay. Alright, we're about wrapping up with the stream here today. If you miss the streams live, the best place to watch them is on YouTube also. They'll be there like a day later, but the minutes watched on YouTube can help them go out to other people, and then you can pause, rewind, all that good stuff. So you can just type YouTube in the chat if you want to get a link to the YouTube. I'm done putting stuff out on all these other platforms, man. What else would you like me to chat about here? Talk lots of great stories. I also have faith in each of you. Dang, how do you jump up to those things? Get over there! Get! Oh, we finally made it. Oh my god, thank you. We finally made that. Finally got past that part. One of the most consistent things I talk to people about is, you know, like at AA, I hear a lot of people that are in addictions, struggling with relationships, and struggling with health, and they consistently talk so much as if they're trying to sell me on how things have been. I'm like, I appreciate hearing your experience, but to me, what's really important to focus on is how do you want things to be? Think of it like a car. There's a big windshield in the car, and there's a little tiny rear view mirror, and I think that is a great analogy for life. You don't need the rear view mirror. You should spend a very small amount of time looking in the rear view mirror. The rear view mirror is just to help educate you a little bit on going forward. It's not there to define you. You know, when you're driving, you focus almost totally on the destination and pay attention to the road in front of you. You don't sit there the whole time thinking about where you just came from. But in life, a lot of us do that. Like, all we do is constantly talk about yesterday and the day before and 20 years ago and when I was a child. Like, dude, stop. Your childhood does not matter that much. Your childhood it doesn't matter. I don't care if you had some abuse when you're a kid and people were nasty. So what? Like, your childhood is essentially a means to an end. You need to get here. Your childhood is a means to being a grown-up. I don't care how much you got hit or yelled at or didn't get loved. It doesn't matter. The choices you make today really matter. The choices you make today are where all the opportunities at. Hey, what's up, Skulkers? Good to see you, baby. Exactly. Mustang Gaming Live says, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today's a gift. That's why they call it a present. That's right. Today is a gift. And we get an infinite amount of gifts. But the form of the gifts continues to change. So enjoy today's gift. Because tomorrow's gift will be a little bit different. You know, I treasure when I go to bed. I love going to bed. I'm like, man, I got Laura here, got the kids here. I just love the life I've got. One reason I have the life I got is because I was willing to give the other life I had up. You can't talk about the past and how things were every day and expect to have something different. Like, it's kind of crazy. I think as a human race, we're actually doing really good. Like, as dysfunctional as a lot of the human condition is, it's kind of amazing we haven't all blown each other up yet, and that there's so many of us that actually have lives we love and are helping people and have enough food and good drinking water. Like, it's actually kind of amazing we're doing this well. It's like we're getting divine help or something. Mustang Gaming says, you got one life, live it. Alright, appreciate you being here late in the UK. Yeah, you're rocking like, what, 11 or 12? Loki says you enjoy your collection. Yeah, I enjoy the collection of memories I've got too. And if I'm going to take a memory out from the past, I'm going to learn from it or I'm going to enjoy it. And other than that, go ahead and put it back in there. You know what I'm saying? Alright, my friends, it's time to wrap up. I got beach yoga to go to. Go say goodnight to the kids. I love you each. I intend to be live on Twitch as much as I can. And I'm going to minimize doing anything else besides going live on Twitch. So if you enjoy spending time here, just make sure you got the notifications on so that you can see when I go live. Or if you prefer not to do notifications, just checking the Twitch app and see if I'm around. I'm aiming to be on for about 4 hours a day. Jason, appreciate you being here. Smoke Buds Heavy, Loki, Public Enemy #1, appreciate you being here. Yep, I did follow you yesterday. I appreciate you supporting on Facebook. I hope to catch you live. And let's see who we can drop a raid on.